We can't get this one underway. The both teams have joined up. It's Resky, Squid and Toby, one Kenobi versus Crasher Deluxe and Maxwell moves. Squid and Maxwell will kick us off, and it's Crasher who instantly takes a shot on target. Toby clears that one out to the side, but Crasher is still there, and I need to actually do this real quick. Apologies, there we go. And Maxwell trying to go after that with a what's that boost? A golden rook or something like that. Toby, one Kenobi tries to get that center, just completely misses the ball. Maxwell will get that to Crasher somewhat, but Squid will be there a little bit quicker. We'll beat both defenders here, as Maxwell can just reset and defense. Gets the flick over one, a 1v1 situation, which you get so many in a 1v1, or which you get so many of in a 2v2. In a 2v2, you get a lot of 1v1 situations, because that's kind of the way how it goes. Now Maxwell, down to the side, it's on top of his car. He gets almost past Toby, and then it would have been centered in a very tough spot. This is just a massive pinch off of everyone. And Maxwell getting demoed by Squid here. Toby, 62 boost in the tank, can go for a shot, makes Crasher jump, and then it goes for a shot, but Crasher will still be in the way of it. A good pre-jump coming out, but now Squid with the angle, and how are you going to stop that? The answer is you aren't. If you don't see this one coming, and I can tell you that, oh, they didn't, Max was completely caught off guard by what was going on there. I don't know whether you guys hear that bonking. And Toby, one Kenobi, 100 boost. We'll try and go for a 50 on Maxwell. Squid, shot coming in from Crasher, slightly wide. It's still Maxwell can go for another shot. The stream is laggy once again. So we'll pop into performance mode. That should fix it. And Squid out to the side. Can't get a shot. It's Toby who's also up for that one. Now Squid with a very good angle once again, and the defense just can't get back to it. And this seems to be a regular occurrence. And Squid just puts too good of a shot on target. Too good of an angle. And the defense can't get back to it. And Toby, he can also do a little bit of an angle. And indeed, that will be on target. 3-0. The kickoff just slacking. And the kickoff was fine. Max just needed to go for that one a little bit quicker, and it would have all worked out. I am so tired. Oh my word. And Toby, one Kenobi, misses the boost, so he's not going to be able to set up an attack. And will be Squid coming in from behind into Crasher. To boost for Squid. Can he get this one over? Yes, he can. It might have been a bump as well, but that one is slightly going off. I'm not too sure whether it was actually going off or the save was actually being made. I think that one was only barely off. Now Squid will have the boost. Max will also have the boost though, so can he set up a little bit of a play? North Toby challenges instantly. Now Squid with a flick, and a boomer of a flick as well off the crossbar. Down to the side, Toby, one Kenobi. Challenged a little bit recklessly. And Toby, 74 boost in the tank, will not challenge early. Just we'll try and see and wait what the opponent's going to do and react to that. Very much a playstyle in itself. That's Squid. Can he get this airdrop? He's actually maybe gotten that on target. Slightly wide. Maxwell would have gotten in the way of that, or did get in the way of it. But there's 1 minute 25 remaining, and they need to get us a little bit more going than they currently are on the side of just 4 goals, because this won't be cutting it at all. Crasher. What a pre-jump by Toby. That is actually phenomenal. Squid out to the side in a 1v1 situation. Once again, his team is actually with him, but with 0 boost in attack, I don't see a lot happening from Squid. I don't think he can all of a sudden generate boost or speed out of absolutely nowhere. There's Toby with a shot and just beating one defender, and with that he's beating two. And that will probably be the nail in the coffin for this game. And just for goals, they're up against it. They are looking incredibly awkward at times against this Resky roster. As I said, Resky they play together so well, and they've got the mechanics as well to back up what they want to do. And then if you make tiny mistakes or just don't get the precise angles or something like that, just like Squid is here, and then Toby-Wan Kenobi is in the midfield, he also misses, and you guys are these guys are completely messing up the point that I was going to make. Now this will bounce mid. Toby-Wan Kenobi is beat by Crasher, won't be able to score the 5th just yet, but now Squid with a good angle, saved by Max. And Toby into the mid. This goal has been looming for a very long time, and here we finally go. Squid puts it into the back of the net, and with that, we'll win the game. And not only because of that goal, just in general, because they were up by 4 goals before that one was scored as well. Now the kickoff happening will be over. Resky will be the winner of the first game. And it's up to just 4 goals what they're going to do about it. How are they going to come back into this matchup? Because the shots, they don't even have the shots on their side. So with Icarus earlier today, when they got beat, it was kind of like, well, yeah, sure. But we had a lot of shots as well. So we can definitely do something. We just need to start finishing a little bit more. Well, 13 shots against 6. Well, even if just 4 goals would score half of, or the same amount, they'd still only be at half score of Resky. So they're going to be needing to change up quite a bit. It's just in general the very simple stuff of just being quicker in the play, just making sure you get to that ball that bit quicker. But it's tough. It's tough to just speed up your play and try and go quicker, especially when you feel like you're still getting beat when you try and do that. Now Crasher into the corner, 24 boost. Might be able to get that corner boost. Indeed it will, but is that going to be a bait in the end? No, not with Maxilmut shutting that play down very quickly. But then a failed wave dash in the midfield allows Crasher to make the save. But still a very awkward situation for just 4 goals. Crasher once again makes the save. Squid will now go for that corner boost steal. And I trying or looking to drop this one mid. Crasher realized that as well. Will counter that one very quickly. Ooh, what a save by Crasher. Toby off the backboard, staved out to the outside. Going off the ceiling. Toby into the corner it goes. Into Squid. Ooh, Toby with a bad hit on this one. 100 boost, but... Ooh, Squid barely gets back to make the save. That's off the wall. That's Toby-Wan Kenobi. Into Squid. Crasher missing this one. Squid will catch that one and try and go for a shot. Will be centered to Toby-Wan Kenobi. Can he be there in time? Yes, indeed he will. Toby-Wan Kenobi will open us up with the scoring. 1-0. And they're looking once again incredibly strong. They've been on attack most of the time, already generating 5 shots that were considered on target by the game. Now that's not the best reader of when a shot is actually on target. I've seen some shots where I'm like, how would that ever be classified as on target? Squid is chasing that one, but he doesn't have any boost to actually get there. Thank you for the follow, Lunasec. It's going to bounce mid. Toby Watakanobi is up for it, and he just misses it completely, but with the bumper crasher, that allows a shot from Squid, and Squid will put that one in. And he's had the consistency, and he will make sure he keeps that consistency as well. Squid doing absolutely phenomenally with that shooting. It's almost 3 minutes left to go, and they're already 2 goals down. But that also means that there's more than enough time to be scoring those goals as well. Toby, sidewall, straight into Maxwell. Squid. Just a very awkward bumping play. This might be a goal. Toby, can he get back to this one in time? He will not be able to because he didn't have any boost. And this bumping kind of stuff on the sidewall was so awkward. And then Toby, sure you get really close there, but it was a little bit too ambitious to be hoping for the pass coming in from your teammate. And that allows a way back into this matchup. Squid can't get the angle here. Now it's Toby who takes it off to the side, misses the ball though, and now Squid has to recover from that mistake. Maxwell has to get it, will do so. That's almost straight back into Squid. And Toby into the midfield. Squid with a short bar down and out. Now Toby surely will be able to score that one. Also on the woodworks. And then finally Squid, who is able to get that one into the back of the net. After a lot of hassle coming in though. Finally it's into the back of the net. And it was coming for quite a while. And a 3-1 has been scored. And once again, they're 2 goals down in an incredibly awkward situation. Never mind, that's 3 goals down. And it's 4-1. This is a tough situation. For just 4 goals. They need to step up still. They're just not really managing to do so. They're letting Reski run away with just scoring and a lot of positioning as well. As we'll bounce out. You can't give Reski so much time on the ball. You really need to be challenging them earlier and making sure that you just get a challenge on the ball and not allow them those shots wherever they want it from. And this is what I mean. Someone has to challenge this off the back wall. But they're just letting Squid run so incredibly far with this one, to the point where they just can't stop it anymore. And well, there's the 6th one as well. Six to 1. This is going to be a rough matchup. A very rough matchup indeed. The Squid gets it back to Toby. Can they score the 7-1? Oh my word. And I knew Rescue was a good team, but they are showing... they are showing absolute dominance right now on the field. And there's also Maxwell coming out with the Braz 7-1 Zil. I know the 7 is for the A and the 4 is for the Z then. Now, can they prevent this Brazil from happening? This is going to be centered, but it will drop to the ground and Reski are just dominating, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even slightly continue this form, or somewhat continue this form, and they're just going to be destroying them in the third match as well. And I do apologize for just 4 goals. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean, and it's not mean towards you guys, but Reski is just absolutely dominating right now. They're playing fantastic. And I would love to see them keep this form going as we wait for everyone to ready up as well. Probably stagnating a little bit just for goals, thinking, what are we going to do about this? Because this is not looking favourable for us. I mean, maybe with that sweep we can finally get somewhat back on schedule, because somehow we're far behind, or not far behind, but oh no, actually the next match is at 9:15. I thought it would be at 9. Apologize. And Toby and Kenobi and Squid looking to continue this form, and Crasher and Maxwell obviously looking to change something in this game where they can start making a comeback, or at least lay that foundation. Squid doesn't get it over Max, but then Crasher's waiting in the midfield, and Toby, there's a goal for Crasher, because Toby jumped for that one way too early, and then Crasher just puts it in the bottom left corner, very awkwardly so, but it works, because Toby was completely caught off guard by it. Now Max, can he get a second one? And oh my word, that one was actually going out, but an own goal coming out will very much help. Just 4 goals, and we'll just skip that one out of respect. Oh no, Sam, I didn't mean it as violating you. But yeah, I think you would understand my perspective as well. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm not trying to roast you. And I definitely don't mean that you are bad. But it's just like, yeah. Crasher gets the angle, and what has happened to Reski? Yeah, no. If you felt insulted at any point, just know that I'm shit as well. So. Crasher going into that corner, and Reski losing 3-0. They're probably wondering the same as me about how they're ever going to a 7-1 to losing 3-0, and that will remain so as well, because Squid doesn't have that consistency anymore, and this is just the fall of the Roman Empire, but then in Rocket League form, because this is 4-0 after a phenomenal show by Maxwell. 4-0 for just 4 goals. Living up to their name here as well. So we'll have to see whether they're just going to go on full defense now and then keep on holding on to that. Because they don't need to score, they just need to hold on and not allow Risky a single way back into this matchup. Now Toby tries to do it from an angle. He will do it from an angle as well. Toby at 3:33, he will start the comeback potentially. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of those kind of shots. 1-4. A scoreline that I didn't expect to see coming into this matchup. I mean, maybe I did expect it, but not with the teams that currently have it. Max over 1. Toby getting back. He has 100. Did pick up the 100 boost. Now the bump in mid will also disallow the second man, Crasher, to go for a shot. Maxwell does go for a shot. Tries to place it near post. Oh my word. Maxwell with a phenomenal save, and they've just stepped up massively. Yeah, that's the only way, I guess, folks. You know, it didn't really show on stream because everything is Tyneside, I think. Unless it's like massive lag and you start rubber banding and stuff like that. Squid. I think that's on target. That might just be in, and indeed it will. 2 goals difference, and the comeback is very much on. And Rescue, they can definitely do it as well. You know, it was still a good game. Like, yeah, I'll probably have spots Monday, or not Monday, either Wednesday or Thursday. I think I'm gonna be making sure that I take at least 1 day off of casting in the evening. I might be playing, but I don't know whether I'll be casting because I know it's after this week. I've booked myself straight for like 2 weeks. I've casted for like 2 weeks straight every single evening. Just go. And I do notice it, so I'm going to be tuning it down a little bit. I'm probably still going to be playing because that's what I'd be doing anyway. Now Squid, what a save from Crasher though to prevent them being 1 goal up after being 4 goals up. Now this shot might still be on. No, it's slightly wide. Toby also with a shot. Crasher makes the save on him, and now with 4 boosts, won't be able to launch a counter, and it's Squid who puts an absolute boomer towards the other side. Maxo is back for that one. We'll grab the 100 and now go further down the field. 75 boosts, but the first touch wasn't great, and this allows Toby in somewhat of a 1v1. Toby gets bumped though, and then it's going to be very hard, but he recovers nicely to allow Squid to center that one. After that, there will not really be a lot happening from it. You know, that seemed like a plan. That seemed like a plan. Max will go for a shot. It's Toby who clears that one out, but Squid, with 6 boosts, not really able to do a lot, and communication does come through there that Squid has to give it off to Toby. There's no boost in the tank. Going towards the mid. Squid pop that up high. And Toby has to get this one out. 100 boost in the tank. 33 seconds remaining. They need to get a goal semi-quickly. And that's going to be tough when Toby misses that ball. And Squid has no boost to recover that. That might just be game. Unless they get a kickoff goal after they score. This could be it. Toby with a long-range shot. The accuracy is not quite there. And a shot from Toby is also a little bit too soft, and both these shots could have still been in time for a potential comeback. But with both those shots being missed, it will be just 4 goals with at least 1 game back in this matchup. And potentially being able to build on that. Getting that first goal is all important, or that first game, because they're up against a reverse sweep. So actually then make sure you get at least a game. That gives you confidence for the next few games, even though the shot differential was positive on the side of Reski. They had 14 shots, whereas just 4 goals at 8. So the accuracy is lacking. Hey, that's so good, Fox. That's so good. Make sure to join my Discord server. I think I'll be posting my availabilities there before I'll actually put them up on IGL. So yeah, make sure to follow my Discord so you know what times I'll be casting at. And then the exclamation mark Discord if you want to do that. Now, can they equalize this series and head to a game 5? Max almost looking for a very strong start, and with that 50, he just has the open net he has to put in. And it's looking very strong from the side of just 4 goals. Once again with a great start, and then all they have to do is hold on. Crasher, that's not really the greatest hit. That's straight into Squid. It gets somewhat of a clear, but not really far enough. Now Crasher on the backboard with 10 boosts. Actually, that miss from Squid will allow him to turn in for that. A little bit of a miscommunication. If Toby had a lot more boost, he would have been able to go for that one, but I think he was low on boost, so he's just playing it patient. And Max, so just waiting in defense. Crasher. Massive boomer down the line. It's Toby, 10 boosts. Trying to pass that back to Squid. But now the 50 from Crasher coming in. That will be 1-0. And maybe even a 2-0 when Toby just doesn't go for it. Squid, this is what I mean. That's not a shot on target game. That's just wide. And Toby trying to take it past. Squid on 6 boosts. Somehow managed to bait in 2 players and then get a massive pinch mid that will go to Squid. Now Squid up high. It's just off though. Max down the line. It's Crasher. We can also go down the line. This 1-goal lead has been held for quite a while now, but this could be the end of it after that ambitious challenge from Max. Squid is in an awkward position. They're not really knowing where to go. Crasher will make the save because he is back in time after that slow shot coming in from Toby. From Crasher will just go for the 50. Gets a decent one going as well. Still might be a counter-attack on them though. Squid with a shot underneath Max, so when I would just mute it up to drink some water so you guys wouldn't be bothered by the glucking noise. And then the miss on the sidewall, that's all equalized. And this might be a longer match than we or a longer series than we expected. This could go to overtime as Maxwell beat Squid in the area as well. Crasher and Maxwell, they really gave those first two games away. And now they've finally warmed up. They finally have woken up and think, okay, we can't beat this team easily. We need to go full boosters. This one is off target. Squid should be able to get back in time. And now that pop from Maxwell, that's going to be on target. And we'll get that one into the back of the net. 2-1. The good counter-attack from Maxwell. An absolutely phenomenal one, may I say. 1-2 scoreline. Once again, that 1-goal lead has been put in place. Now, can they hold on to that or potentially extend it and force this to a game 5 and be in a good position to reverse sweep? Because the motivation or the morale on the opposing side is going to be very tough to deal with winning 2 in a row and then all of a sudden losing 2 in a row. You kind of start figuring out or start thinking, what happened? How have we just done this? How do we not have this accuracy anymore? Because Squid, he would have hit that in game 1 or 2. And now instead it's a counter-attack that's going towards them. Thinking in the form that Reski had in the first 2 games, they might be unbeatable in this league, in this circuit, in this tier, in this division. But with the form they're currently having, they're struggling to get good shots going, and this one, it just goes right onto Crasher, who just stood still. And Toby gets demoed. Might be a good position to extend that lead. As I said, Crasher is able to go for the shot. Orca bounce through and it will go over. Toby won Kenobi. A 3-1 lead, and this is looking like a game 5 is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, can't forget everyone who's not involved in that previous statement. And Toby, that's an absolute boomer. Maxwell will get the saves out to the side there, and Squid trying to get that angle, trying to regain that form that he had earlier on, but just slightly off on every single one. And then you start thinking with yourself as well, how has that just gone that way? How have I scored those in the first 2, and now I'm all of a sudden missing those? Yeah, I'm curious to see what they will bring, but now with this one potentially going in, and Maxwell will very nicely steal that goal as well. Saying great pass. Actually, this one was a little bit too monkey from Toby coming into that one. A 1-4 scoreline with 40 seconds left. I almost want to give the point to just 4 goals here. Obviously, we're still going to wait this one out because miracles do happen sometimes with this bomb going in, and the Squid then places the shot on target. They've got 25 seconds to make that comeback. And it would be the dream comeback, because otherwise they're looking at a game 5. They're not going into it really motivated. So let's see whether they can make that miracle comeback. Now Crasher off of kickoff, 0 boost in attack. We'll get that one mid. That will be straight to Maxwell. Can go for a shot. That's shut down by Squid though. Squid goes further down the line. Tries to get that one mid, but that will be blocked by Crasher. Now a shot coming in from Toby. He just completely misses. And with that, that will be game. And we will be heading to that game 5, which I'm so incredibly excited for. And indeed, when it will hit the ground, there we go. That's an all equalized scoreline in the final game. It is not, Termite. It is not. We're heading into the last game now. So 15 minutes. Like even if this one goes into overtime, I'd have to give you guys the lobby info. But if you look in the stream lobby info channel, I think you're going to be very aware of what the next lobby info is going to be. As soon as these players ready up, and as Rescue Esports taking a little bit to ready up, thinking how they're going to change their playstyle, how they're going to get back into this matchup. And it's quite simple. Just start playing the way you did in the first 2 matches, because you were dominating then. You were absolutely destroying the opposition here. And we'll have to see whether that goes anywhere. Whether they're able to do that. Now, game number 5, the final game of today, or the final game for these players at least, not the final game of me for today, but the final game of the players. And this is for the dub as well. If you win this one, you've won the entire series. Now Toby puts a boomer on, that's going to be on target. Maxwell forced to make the save, and he doesn't need to make that save. Now 80 boost. It's going to be behind him. Crasher being ready for it. And it seems like they've just gone on an incredibly defensive rotation, where they just make sure that the defense is locked up and then go on the counter every once in a while and just put it in. And this is once again what I mean by that bad shooting AI, whatever thing, who recognize when the shooting is happening. That is definitely a shot on target though, but the previous one wasn't. Squid opens up the scoring. It's just a bad clear by Crasher. He tries to get that to the other corner. Instead, he just perfectly centers that one. That's a phenomenal kickoff though. Just forced that one through, and I can never take a sip of water, I guess. Every single time I do, something eventful seems to be happening. And even on kickoff, which is like the most, or often the most secure time to go for a little sip. And to the backboard. Maxwell will be able to clear that one out. Maxwell, he also gets past Toby Kenobi, and Maxwell has been a player who's massively showed up for his team. He's doing absolutely phenomenal. And that's not to take away. I mean, I feel like Maxwell was slacking a little bit in the first few games, whereas Crasher was just playing solid, and he's still playing solid. And Maxwell, he's shown up and made sure that his team is not going to go home just yet, and at least force it to that game 5. And Maxwell gets it past one, doesn't manage to get it past the other. That's Toby Kenobi, 70 boost in attack, tries to go for a flick. That's past Crasher, but not past Maxwell just yet. But they're still on the attack, and this is what I mean. Currently, they're in just 4 goals is in the phase of just absorbing all the pressure, and then they'll exert all of that onto their opponent at once. Couldn't get a goal out of this one though. And Maxwell, that's just completely open. And where did this come from? Where was the entirety of the defense? They bumped each other. Oh no. And that's the lead for Maxwell and Crasher, who just taken an incredibly defensive rotation, and it's working out wonders. And working wonders for them. And Crasher should be able to take control now, and it will be Squid with a good pinch on it. Maxwell trying to cut that one in. Just over. Shot coming out from Toby. Maxwell has a very easy save on that one though. Because that is not a lot of effort to just stand in your place and hit that ball away. You see Crasher on the defense, and so it's so hard to create opportunities. But then if you go in that delayed against your opponent, this could be creating an opportunity for Squid. It's off the post and out though, and the lead will remain intact for just 4 goals. But for how long? Because they're showing signs of weakness. They're showing openings towards their opponents. And these are opponents that will capitalize, but not right now, because Squid will just completely miss that one. And Maxwell sitting far back once again, finally come out of his shell now and just beat Squid in the air. Crash already saying the nice shot. Well, that's not in just yet. Toby Kenobi also went on a little bit of a more defensive rotation. Now it'll be Squid just pops it in for the equalizer. And a nice team play, I guess, coming in. Toby just shooting that backboard, putting Max in a position where Maxwell felt like he had to go for it, but at the same time realizing that he was already way too late. Yeah, so Toby trying to go for a shot off the backboard. That's just dropping in as well. They've just taken the lead within 10 seconds. They've just took that 1 goal lead, and now I'm sure we won't see them overcommit. And basically the way just 4 goals is scoring goals every single time is going to be very tough, because I don't think the Rescue is going to let up any space for that to be happening. Massive miss on defense though. That's not necessarily an over rotation, that's just a mistake. Maxwell tries to rip a shot, question mark. It's a little bit slacking on both sides though, and now Maxwell should be able to get that one out straight to Squid though, and that is a 2-goal lead for Rescue Esports. Squid was the only one there as well, and he just pops that one in, gets a free shot on target, and he will very much make use of that to put that one into the back of the net. 2 goals, and this might just be all over for just 4 goals. They've gone incredibly far, but the reverse sweep is looking very tough. It's looking bleak, like a bleak midwinter. Oh, Maxwell did very decently though to get that one there with Crasher. Didn't realize it was coming. With 10 seconds left, this one has to be a goal, but Squid will manage to prevent that one. And I think when this ball hits the ground at 0 seconds, aka not right now, or it will be right now, the ball is not being kept up, and it will be Rescue Esports who are your victors of this week.